Hi, I'm Novon Baita, and I'm going to be doing some movie reviews on a couple of movies. The first one is going to be The Huntsman, Winter's War. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, so I gave this movie 3 stars. Okay, I gave it 3 stars because it's first of all, I'm going to give you a little fact about it. It's the sequel to Snow White and the Huntsman. Um, so if you haven't seen that, then it probably won't make too much sense because it's the story after that movie. I liked it because it gave me a lot of unexpected events. Like I didn't expect it to tell the stories that it did, or the story that it did mainly. I thought that was pretty cool. Uh, it gave almost perfect emotion, I think, for a lot of the emotional parts. You know, usually some people aren't very good at acting on the spot. You know, so their acting was pretty on point, which I liked, of course, because one of my favorite actresses was in there, Charlene Theron or whatever. So it was kind of kid friendly, so kids could watch it, but maybe not little kids because it was like kind of gory, kind of like a lot of blood at certain points and people dying, etc. So maybe you don't want to have little kids watching it. But overall, it had a very nice ending. And the only question that I had throughout the whole movie was, what happened to Snow White? I think they showed her like in one of the scenes, but and she was like going crazy or something, I think, but that was like 2 seconds of the whole movie, so I don't know. Okay, the next movie that I want to talk about, guys, is Batman versus Superman: The Dawn of Justice. I gave this 3.5 stars. Okay, now there was a lot of fighting, but all the fighting was like at the end, like someone told me before. And so it was all the fighting basically happens at the end. I think it was pretty cool that they had some mystery villains in there. Like it was at least one mystery villain in there, which I thought was pretty cool. You have to really, in order to really understand that, if you to understand that villain, you would have to know more of the more recent comics. If you don't really know the recent comics, then you probably wouldn't really understand how that was even able to be, especially if you are used to or you know the old Justice League comics or Batman versus Superman kind of comics, or where they're, when they're fighting together. Actually, there's a certain comic, but I don't want to say the actual comic, but it was the Superman. I'll just say that. In that genre. Now, what else I thought was cool was Wonder Woman. She had a really cool outfit. I don't think they played the same person, like, for some reason, though. It was like the person that was doing all the acting didn't seem like the person that was doing the fighting. It looked like two different people. But I guess that was the point. But, I mean, she really threw me off. It was just like, I don't know. It didn't look like the same person. Like, the face looked totally different. And she didn't even look as tall, but, I mean, she had on heels, but I think Wonder Woman has on heels. The boots like have a heel on it, but not like a huge heel. But whatever, I don't know. Check it out. If you look at the video, see if it's the same girl to you. The only real big other complaint or whatever that I have for this movie was that I don't really like how crazy they made Lex Luthor. They made him like super nuts, and I'm like, that's not exactly how Lex Luthor is like ever. Like or anything that I've seen him in, he's not like out of his mind. Smart. He was smart on there, of course, but he was just like out of his mind. I didn't get that. But okay. So the next movie that I wanted to talk about, guys, was going to be Gods of Egypt. I tried to watch this twice, and I was very unsuccessful in watching it. I kept falling asleep. I fell asleep both times, or I was doing other stuff. So it was kind of all over the place, and that's kind of wasn't why I wasn't really paying attention. It was like, what are they talking about? It's like if you aren't really familiar with the gods already, then it was like, what is it? Like, it's like they get to doing extra stuff, and I'm like, I was confused. I was like, okay, I know my Egyptian gods kind of sorta, but they was just doing some stuff that I just didn't understand, and they didn't do a good job of really explaining it. It was because it was kind of like kind of live action or whatever, but it is what it is. I gave that 1 star. So you get 1 star, buddy. Sorry, not. Anyway, so How many more do I want to do? Okay, I only got one more, guys. One more movie for you, and that's going to be Captain America: Civil War. I gave this 3.5 stars, just like I gave Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. I thought it had amazing fight scenes all throughout the movie. It was a very understandable plot. And the climax of the story was really interesting. It kept me wondering, like, oh, and wanting to see more of what was going on. Only complaint I had about this movie was that some of the heroes, one of the heroes, I just don't know who they are. I'm just trying to this day, I'm like, I think it's this chick, but I don't know if it's this. I don't know. Like, I don't know who she is. And I think they said her name, and then it was like a couple other heroes they just kind of just randomly threw in there, and I was just like, what? But I don't know. They just weren't needed for the story for me. But like, I don't know. It was just weird. It was kind of weird how they just threw the extra characters in there. But just let me know what you guys think. Those are my 4 movies: The Huntsman, The Winter's War, Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, Gods of Egypt, and Captain America: Civil War. Okay, let me know what you guys think. If you've seen the movie, let me also know what you think of the movie. If you will give it the same rating I did. Okay. So thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please comment below. And again, my name is Novon Baita. Bye.